Vic found an Admiral Akbar coffee mug.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know if I should praise him or just take away his phone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phoenix versus Raven. Mehcast reacts.
Also known as Raven's funeral.
Yeah, unless they're pulling out, and I will apologize to all of the people who complain about us talking over things. I'm sorry. It's just the nature of how we do things. We are the most chaotic podcast on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're very
I understand.
the name.
I understand that it winds up with us like not understanding things sometimes. But let's be fair. That last one was kind of a doozy.
It was so much cap.
I just noticed that my Ethernet switch is about to fall off.
If they wanted it to give Obito a form he doesn't have by default.
No, but that's like that form is a part of his character development. I know,
but it's not even part of his character development.
You know, it's part of his like taking away Super Saiyan because he needed Krillin. It doesn't make sense.
Kevin, finish.
Ben. And it's not a form he canonically reached on his own. It is a form that was literally put onto him by somebody else. And it took so much prep time that it would not be viable for any versus matchup.
You mean like Super Saiyan?
It takes way too much prep time. No, that is not like the same thing at all.
It's literally like...
Anyways,
it isn't.
Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and say...
It's just one of those...
Hang on.
It's literally just another one of those moments to where even if they did easily have it in their arsenal, it doesn't matter because they were still able to win.
Another thing it's not like no. It's not like
turn into the form again, and that's it.
Guys, I got something to say. I got to say something here, guys. So, so, you know, well, there were some issues with that last death battle, well, to say the very least, and we were...
If they were going to give Obito all that, why did they give Vader his god form?
Oh, yeah, why didn't they... Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
God form?
Vader doesn't have a god form. What are you talking about?
Well, there's a lot of questions you can ask about what they did. So we wound up talking over information that may have convinced us, but also may not have. We'll try and handle this, but the thing is, we all generally kind of know these two characters, and unless there's something that we've missed, we pretty much know Phoenix has this in the bag.
Yeah, because my opinion is this. Unless there's something deep within DC's lore or Raven has something new in the recent comics, I don't see this going to Raven. She's powerful in post-crisis, but...
Bender says here's the thing, like, with Raven. That's a bold claim, my friend.
Like, Phoenix... No, I didn't say Raven was going to win. I didn't say that.
Bender, not you.
Oh, Bender. I mean,
here's my thing on Jean Grey, though. She's gone through so much. Here's my thing on Jean Grey, though. She's gone through so much shit, and half of it wasn't because of her own psychic abilities. It was mostly because of the Phoenix Force.
But my opinion is that unless there's a detail I'm missing or there's something deep within the DC book lore or some new shit, I don't think Raven has this. I could be wrong. I could be missing something, but I'm curious, and yeah. So should we start it?
I guess. Yeah, Hill. I guess we gotta go ahead and get it started. We gotta get the scam out of the way.
Scam.
This video is sponsored by Scam.
Jean Grey, the marvelous Phoenix of the X-Men. Raven, the Ezeranthian demon witch of the Teen Titans. If absolute power corrupts...
bad movie! Bad movie!
X-Men 3, The Last Stand. Nobody likes it. Although some people seem to pretend to like it more than Apocalypse for some reason.
X-Men 3 was decent compared to every other movie that came out afterwards.
Are you fucking kidding me?
X-Men Wolverine Origins.
First Class.
X-Men Wolverine Origins.
First Class, the Wolverine, Logan.
Sorry about that. Had some stress to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Gizmo, not in the mood.
Yeah, so we were
seriously.
Yeah.
Fight!
Gizmo Gizmo's been doing "Oh yeah" and "But did you die though?" so often that everybody's sick of it.
And not only that, I had to deal with my dad yelling at me again.
Yeah, please tell him in the comments about how much you don't like or like that joke. Okay, either way, I think he's going to...
Please, tell him to stop.
For infinity times. Okay, let's watch this.
Hit the button, Ben. There we go. Yeah, so we're introducing Phoenix first.
The beginning and end of life.
AKA the winner of this battle, unless they cap so hard for Raven.
Now, Cap or possibly, like, DC could very easily pull out some kind of scaling nonsense on their end.
DC has a lot of ridiculous stuff. I just don't know if
Raven is not that high up on the tier list.
Maybe.
As I said,
that's a solid maybe, I'd say.
You have to remember
keep going.
One of the things you have to remember about DC is that they handle the multiverse more than Marvel does.
True.
Yeah.
Anyways, continuing.
The trauma of Annie's death was the start of something.
Oh wow. Is this an Alex Ross comic or is that?
Yes, I think.
Bonded with her mind, and they experienced her death together. By the way,
oh God.
Enter Professor Charles Xavier, who hoped
AKA Patrick Stewart and or James McAvoy.
Yeah, Charles looks really weird in that comic. Everybody looks really weird in that comic.
Thus, the first iteration of these marvelous mutant superheroes was born.
Why was she called Marvel Girl?
That was literally the first. That was the time when everybody had to have a code name. You know, before the before Luke Cage, before Doctor Doom, that kind of thing.
In X-Men #1, when Professor Xavier literally says your superhero name will be Marvel Girl, and that's it.
Right. But people keep forgetting that Marvel Girl is her actual superhero name, and people just continue to call her Jean Grey.
Blame the 90s cartoon.
Alright, let's start.
Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, Angel, and of course, Marvel Girl. We can workshop that name. That's incredible. So far beyond Xavier's, in fact, that he installed psionic blocks in her mind to limit her form.
Yeah, that's
and
really
dick move, but okay.
Yeah, that's also really dumb.
Communicate telepathically.
He was 10.
Erase memories, manipulate each one of your senses, and project her mind into the astral plane. Jean is also an expert telekinetic, capable of forming.
I believe that's Wolverine in the X-Men footage.
Yep, it was. Where Jennifer Hale voiced Jean Grey.
Big hands who can climb good is a little out of place, but Jean's life would change forever. Again.
Oh God, Dark Phoenix.
Piloting a ship through a solar storm,
and Jean Grey, instead of leaving in the shuttle, decides to twerk in front of this.
Bad movie!
I would love to know what that film was like before. Where the fuck is this footage from?
That's from Marvel's What If?
Huh.
No, that wasn't What If.
Not
that
Marvel's
was,
What
that
If.
was,
That was
I know
Marvel's
where that's
TLDR.
From. Yes, Marvel
specifically
TLDR.
The Phoenix Saga.
Yes, that's where it's from.
What now?
They did a Marvel TLDR on the Phoenix Saga. Too long, didn't read.
It's a cute little thing.
Yeah, there's a show called Marvel TLDR, means too long, didn't read. You know, and they basically give you the generalization of every major story that happened in DC and Marvel.
It's also on Marvel's official YouTube channel and narrated by Noah Sterling.
Go check it out. It's pretty neat.
Think of it as Marvel and DC's version of Ruby Chibi.
Well, merging with the fire chicken didn't turn out so great.
That ass. Scott gets to tap that.
That sounds awesome.
He paid attention.
Desires destruction. Its fire will one day consume all of existence. That's its purpose. Unfortunately, this need for annihilation would prove too much for Jean.
Scott, please do it. I can.
Millions of lives simply erased.
I wish I was joking about that delivery.
Oh, that quality.
God, I hate the way the fucking Phoenix Saga was portrayed in live action. I'm not that big a fan of the Dark Phoenix thing, to be perfectly honest. I like it. I just wish it had, like, ended better, you know?
She gets better.
Yeah, Jean Grey gets better, and then
I didn't hear what you had to say. Hang on, go down. Quiet. I need to hear this.
Go on.
Turns out that wasn't actually Jean. Phoenix
Oh.
was just kind of pretending to be her.
What?
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid!
That's also stupid.
Yeah. That's from the X-Men anime.
As the Phoenix,
Why'd she look like a Sailor Moon character?
Because it's anime.
Manipulate
True.
matter down to the subatomic level, and even scorch your soul with psionic flames.
Good God!
Take the shape of the Phoenix itself, grow to the size of a universe, and burn hotter than a supernova. The Phoenix can basically do anything.
That just says that would melt a supernova. That would
Melt.
oh my
How do you
God!
melt? How do you melt a giant burning ball of gas?
Melt?
How do you melt a giant burning ball of gas?
That's fucking
Life,
absurd. Okay.
finds
Fire
a
That's
way.
minds would
That's
like
like the
to
Hiei
know.
versus Sasuke shit. Oh, I can burn fire. Excuse me?
It can burn fucking fire.
Do anything. Stop time, open portals, see the future, raise the dead, and create pocket realities just for fun. She can fly at
Is that a Star Trek character?
Yes.
Yeah,
They
okay.
crossed over with Star Trek.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can fly.
They also, fun fact, in the X-Men TNG crossover book, they actually mentioned that, Professor Xavier looks like, Captain Picard before they were played by the same guy.
So long as her soul remains intact, it will reform her body no matter how many times it's destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so she's basically Schrödinger from Helsing.
Yeah.
Except she's not present in everybody's mind.
Wait, what? What?
Jean Grey has died a 16th time! Oh my god!
Wow! Well, okay then!
4 days ago, she died again. I was not paying attention.
Probably died again in 2020. Literally.
Hang on, let me listen to this one more time.
Which is good, since she's died literally 15 times. As of this recording, at least. She probably died again in 2024.
As of July 26th, 2023, sometime after this recording takes place, Jean Grey has died.
That was
Time.
beautiful!
That was so fucking crazy.
That
I
joke
didn't
was
even-
good. Was so good.
Yeah, that happened
That's,
4 days ago, and I didn't even know about it because Marvel Comics are fucking bullshit now.
That's definitely the
Jean
top
Grey-
5 funniest
Jean-
death battle moment right there.
Jean
That
Grey
is fucking
has more of a revolving door relationship with death than fucking Superman does.
And Kratos.
And Kratos.
Remember,
And,
remember the
and
time? Remember
Deadpool.
the time the
And
Superman's
Wolverine.
literal? No, remember that time Superman's literal death incarnate killed him. He came back to life because he remembered he existed and killed his literal incarnation of death
yeah.
in one
And
hit.
Bender said, and Optimus Prime.
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
Can't forget about
Okay,
Optimus.
let's continue.
And Goku, and Gohan, and Goten, and
Please, can we
Trunks.
continue? Please,
go.
please.
Goku only died once,
Fight me.
and
Let's
Okay,
go.
okay, continue.
When Jean's not around, the Phoenix has jumped into other people. Rachel Gray, Hope Summers, Firehair. It's got a thing for redheads. Oh, do you think it was a bad idea to have Jocelyn study it?
I demand a raise.
Oh my God!
Well, even with plenty of hosts to choose from, the Phoenix would often end up back with Jean. Like a clingy, codependent ex. While Jean might be stuck in a kind of love Ouroboros with Scott, Logan, Emma, basically everyone.
God.
Yeah,
Fire-
but the X-Men can't figure out who they want to fuck.
The Phoenix is powerful enough to stalemate Galactus. and
But
defeat the being
probably
Necron,
why
who
Young
is going
Justice
to
exists.
collapse
They're
the
trying to
multiverse
ape
into a
X-Men.
singularity.
Hang on. I
Hey,
just
Captain
said
UK.
something important. I just heard something important. Quiet. Shh.
Defeat the being Necron, who was going to collapse the multiverse into a singularity. With
Oh,
Old Man
okay.
Logan as its host, the Phoenix saved the entire Omniverse from destruction. Yeah, basically the embodiment of the previous
Omniverse.
multiverse got mad and tried to flood reality with his evil juices. So
The Omniverse, as in, like,
tsunami that would have erased all of
Wait, what did you just say,
Shared-
Old Man Logan? Hang on. Quiet. Shut up.
Oh, Old Man Phoenix held back a tsunami that
Old
would have
Man-
erased all of Marvel Comics. Let's move on. Even after
What?
multiple possessions, Jean was never quite free from the influence of the Dark Phoenix and the threat of its ultimate destruction. But Jean's like the nicest and most patient person ever.
yeah, she
so
undid
eventually
undid
destroyed the
M-Day.
Phoenix Force. And with their combined power
Oh,
to
damn.
emotionally stabilize, Jean reached
Oh
her
god,
ultimate
that's a Greg
state of
Land
being
comic.
the White Phoenix of the Crowns. Sounds like a Dark Souls boss, and just as bullshit. White Phoenix is a perfect merging of Jean and the Phoenix Force, allowing her to control time and space and hold friggin' universes in her hand.
And giving
Yeah.
the highest plane of existence and the center of the Phoenix's power. Beyond the far shore of reality, it is a dimension the Phoenix has complete control over, and even gets stronger while in it.
But Phoenix could never get out of that let's kill everyone mindset, so Jean finally confronted it and dumped his ass. Yeah, she dumped a cosmic god of destruction. You go, girl, time to take back the good old days of... Wait, they're calling her Marvel Girl again? Roll it back.
But like a Phoenix, the two will inevitably rise again and reunite, refreshed and renewed, with a passion that can melt stars and set our souls aflame.
Just so you know, that
Comics
White
are
Phoenix
fucking
costume only
bullshit.
appears once.
Okay, Old Man Logan Phoenix? Are you fucking kidding?
Dude, that's awesome.
What the
Why
hell?
hasn't anyone
I
made
don't
that into a Mugen boss?
How do I never hear about that?
Anyway,
No,
let's get to
guys,
Beast Boy's
yeah,
waifu.
Let's get to Raven, the best Teen
This episode
Titan.
is sponsored by
Scam!
I want to smack that gothic ass.
.com/deathbattle.
Smack it into
Gizmo,
a
only
girdle.
Gar gets to tap that ass.
True.
Are you
Also, let's
Gar?
continue.
Once upon a
Look at my profile
Then
picture and
shush.
you tell me.
had a plan to escape his extra-dimensional prison.
By manipulating a poor young Gothamite named Angela Roth,
He turned into a Fabio.
See, this is one of the many reasons you don't live in Gotham. Thankfully, Angela
Of course
was
it's Gotham.
taken to a dimension called Azarath, filled with a bunch of
Alex, you remember what Trigon looked like in Justice League vs. Teen Titans
Yes.
when he was in his human form?
We're terrified
Yep.
of Raven. If she ever
He was literally Fabio.
for a moment, she could release Trigon into the world and kickstart the apocalypse.
So they
Cool.
trained her to control her mind, forbidding her from
Gossip
feeling any
girl.
emotions whatsoever, and thus suppress Trigon's influence. Which is smart, since even without Trigon,
Wow,
she's
she is
strong
a
enough to
skinny
accidentally
girl.
destroy the universe.
I don't know, Wiz.
Oh, wow.
Told me
Okay.
if I get too mad
She's
or too
she's 3 inches taller than Gar and has and is skinny.
Prequel trilogy, School of Psychotherapy. And like a Jedi, Raven learned some sick
Oh
magical
yeah, that's
powers.
from the Titans
Raven
show.
is an empath, and can
Sadly.
sense the emotions of others even from across the universe. She can shape
Oh.
those emotions so precisely it acts as a form of mind control.
She can sense your presence, absorb and redirect your pain, steal your energy for herself, communicate telepathically, erase memories, or just turn your brain off and put you to sleep.
Her telepathy is so strong she could resist a mental attack from the Hive Queen, whose psionic abilities could overpower even Superman's mental defense.
Oh, that's not. Oh, no.
He can resist mind control from dudes who can destroy the multiverse. Seems like
Oh,
she's got this
gosh.
emotion
Yep.
shit locked down. What's the problem?
Her very soul.
There comes the
While her body
bullshit.
is ostensibly human, her soul is the locus for Trigon's corruption, and she can separate it from her own body in the form of her silhouette.
It's
What
a
the
bird. It's a plane. No, that's just a bird.
This itself is non-corporeal and can be controlled from an interstellar distance away. She can use it to fly, teleport across dimensions, possess people, smash ponies like a battering ram, and even absorb things into a pocket dimension of
That's a great callback.
Or the nightmares.
It can also regenerate from complete disintegration.
Sort of like a soul healing factor. You know, they probably should have thought twice about making the person who could accidentally end the world such a badass.
Given Raven's fear of her dreaded
What?
destiny, it's fitting that her soul self should take the form of her namesake, a raven. Across multiple mythologies and cultures, the raven is prophecy, death,
Yeah,
and ill
yeah.
omen.
Hey, if ravens mean bad news, what about gooses?
Okay, so they're gonna feed the raven thing to the duck.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is horrifying.
Now we have the most angry robotic two-headed
Oh,
duck.
great. They symbolize assholes.
Goose.
Upon turning 18,
Or geese.
Raven feared
Whatever it
Trigon's
is.
growing presence and went to Earth to form a super team capable of combating him.
Screw you, Satan! It's the Teen Titans! These kids may seem like the Justice League Junior Edition, but with
Quite
Hey,
a few
you.
of those aren't just Justice League sidekicks.
You can add Warrior too. On one of their adventures, Raven's physical body was enhanced to match.
Yeah,
Donna's
Raven's-
form, an
Raven
Amazonian
and-
strong enough to withstand a blast from the universe
I was gonna
buster
say Beast Boy.
Monarch.
Beast Boy was technically the kid's sidekick, but
Raven's
kind of.
vast arsenal
of
of
like-
Not really. He
Well,
was,
he's not
telekinesis,
remembered as that
shape-shifting matter
anymore.
manipulation, stopping and traveling through time. And
No.
most famously, her control over souls.
she can rip your soul out of your body and absorb it to get stronger.
I wonder if that'll come up at any point.
I wonder if that'll...
And should someone attempt to
Oh, I know how this is going to end. Raven's gonna try and absorb the Phoenix, and it's going to burn her up.
Oh,
We
maybe
don't know
let's
that
find
yet.
out.
We can tell based on how they're talking about it.
She got strong enough to destroy all of creation. She was called the Unkindness, which is
Excuse me, what?
That is a
All of
really
these powers
stupid
made her an
name.
Incredible asset for the Titans. No longer alone in Azarath, awaiting inevitable doom, Raven found a new home with new friends.
And a potential green-skinned love interest. DC is too cowardly to come.
You called it, Kevin.
I agree, Boomstick.
Alongside Raven, the Titans have defeated the Church of
For once, Kevin and Boomstick have something in common.
the alien conqueror Mongol and the Brotherhood
Hey,
of
you.
Evil. However, the more
Defeating
Raven
Mongols
turns
not that big a
more
deal.
Trigon's
James Gunn
influence
told me
will
so.
grow, unleashing a frightening transformation. Dark Raven.
Yeah, you can throw empathy out the window. As Dark Raven, she's a force of pure destruction.
Oh my,
Perfect
the Flash. Oh
for
my
her
god.
Pop's hellish army.
Like in the New 52 era, where she led Trigon's forces, conquering worlds for, quote, an eternity.
Even destroying her body won't do much. She'll just keep fighting as a messed up demon ghost.
But the Titans were
Oh.
not fair with their friends. With their love and support, Raven overcame her dark side and purified her soul to battle her all-powerful father.
We've been talking around him for a while, but Trigon is one of the biggest, baddest mother effers in DC Comics. Literally.
Don't even have the guts to drop an actual F-bomb.
I blame Rooster Teeth.
Including our old pal, pre-crisis Superman.
The
Oh my
same
god.
Superman who flew so fast he broke the bonds of infinity.
Yes! They
Trigon
mentioned it!
destroyed entire universes, matched the fifth dimensional imp Mr. Mxyzptlk, and even killed
Mxyzptlk?
Dr. Fate in an alternate dimension. The same
Wow.
prosperity at the velocity of God.
Yeah,
Whatever the
fuck
fuck
does that
But
mean?
so is Raven. You see, Raven was raised as a pacifist, afraid that if she let loose, her father's powers would kill everyone she loved.
But in truth, Raven's power never belonged to her father in the first place. It was hers. And Trigon had no idea how strong his daughter really was.
With the
Oh my
rings of
god.
Azar, Raven bonded with Azarath
Azar?
to overpower Trigon and destroy his soul. Even though her body got nuked in the process, she just kept superheroing without it. That's right, as a ghost.
But even without her father's direct influence, Raven's incredible power continued to prove impressive. Like the time she fought the Spectre, an unbound angel of wrath whose conflict...
She actually fought the friggin' Spectre.
Of the legends of old, proclaimed
The Phoenix is
awesome might
One of the most universal beings in all of DC. What the hell?
With her teammates at
That's
her side,
interesting.
there's no future this Titan can't overcome.
And I think Beast Boy has actually matched her in combat.
So the Phoenix is kind of fucked.
Well,
Alex.
we don't know that. They
Maybe.
shouldn't do that.
Alex, Alex,
Well, they're a close
think
match
about it
now.
like this. There were times where Beast Boy and Raven have actually matched each other in combat.
Huh.
That,
You know, I can't say
Because
we
Raven
didn't
that
wanted
watch
actually
this.
that actually changes a number of things from what
Well,
I was
no,
thinking.
because we all know that Raven's been going easy on
Anyway.
Beast Boy because
Okay, I need.
Anyway.
I'm
certain
super
song-
curious now. I want to see where this
Anyway.
goes.
Of course,
Let's watch the fight. I need. Did Jedi
Am
just
I?
post a message to me?
Bender asked, who are we going with? If I think
I
Phoenix
don't
could
know
possibly pull it out.
anymore.
I'm still going again.
I think
with
Raven
Phoenix, man.
now, but I could be mistaken. But oh my god,
Let's
I'm
the fact
still
that
going
she's
with
more
Phoenix.
powerful than characters like Superman and the
Okay.
Spectre. Like I didn't
I
know
think I
that,
might end
so-
up going with my girl Raven.
God damn. Okay, I am.
Well,
I like Raven
we've
better. So I'm
litigated
rooting
this.
for her. I don't
We've
know.
litigated this for over 20 minutes. Let's play.
Yeah, let's-
Galactus went up against guys like Trigun, though. You got to remember, Mephisto was right there.
Meanwhile,
Oh, wait a
in
minute.
another
Wrong character.
dimension, that sprite looks
Jared's
bad.
It actually looks better than how it originally looked.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The demon inside is too strong to be left alive.
And that's
These are
Kieran
Oh,
Gillen.
the audio is echoing off of your end.
Viewers all
Me?
received.
Ooh, I like
They
that
had to have
animation.
painted. They had to have painted Raven at least partially over a
They did. They're using the sprite skeleton rigging for Ravens,
Yeah.
right?
Those are some Chun-Li ass thighs. And a Chun-Li ass ass.
They got
I like
Kira
the
Buckland
theme. Ooh!
as Raven.
Nice.
I'm still a Phoenix.
Come on, Raven. Afraid of the dark.
Fear of the dark.
I love how they're mixing the themes, by the way. They're mixing the 03 Titans theme with the fucking 90s X-Men theme.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
And
shit,
now Dark Raven.
Already?
Oh shit!
Oh,
She's got a sword.
Oh!
No.
Yeah, Raven could also stop time.
Oh, that's great performance.
Oh,
There's
boy.
Dark Phoenix.
It's Dark versus Dark. Oh shit!
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh dear lord!
Oh!
Fuck! Oh!
Bruh.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Excuse me?
Oh!
Lol, nah.
Oh!
Sear and scorch them all away.
Oh! Oh,
Sure
you
about that,
fuck.
bitch?
Oh, yep. So, she's gonna try and absorb the Phoenix.
If she can keep Trigon in her, she can absorb the Phoenix.
That.
Oh shit!
That's
She's
right,
taking us to the White Room. Oh
This is
shit!
the hyperbolic time chamber.
Again,
What the? Oh my
I
god!
thought
Oh,
it was called the
Draven!
Room of Spirit in Time. I called it that because you kept mispronouncing it.
We're mispronouncing it.
The daughter of the demon. I am
Oh
the
shit!
daughter of Azarath. Azarath Metrion Symptom!
Yes!
Oh shit! Oh!
Really? Okay.
Oh!
Wow.
I told you!
That
my
was
God!
awesome.
Does she have it now?
I'm home.
Holy shit! Okay.
Okay.
We
Wow,
keep underestimating.
okay.
That was
characters.
actually really good.
We
Wow.
keep underestimating people. I don't know why.
I thought for sure Phoenix would get this because keep in mind, like, okay, yeah, they got Trigon, but Galactus is fighting Mephisto right over there.
Okay, well, let's
No,
hear.
no,
I want to hear
Galactus
what they
is
have to
fighting
say.
Mephisto. No, Galactus is fighting Mephisto while, in the background, to the tune of very unfitting music. Unfitting jazz music, keep in mind.
All right, let's check this out.
You know, I think they could have just talked this one out. This was a nail biter, and perhaps that's surprising, since Raven's reputation hardly matches that of the almighty Phoenix.
That we thought the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
This is
I
an
told you.
this is an underdog story that I actually buy now. Like,
Yep.
shit.
The Phoenix Force was strong enough to hold back the destruction of all creation. But Raven had multiple
But-
ways of battling
Theoretically less stamina.
Couldn't destroy the soul self. That's a very important note there.
Yep.
In the white hot room, but that didn't make her invincible. The Phoenix
Exactly.
there before, like by this
Bingo!
So throw stats out the window. This fight came down to their abilities.
Both were immeasurably
I called
powerful
it.
telepaths. Both could control matter and time, and both could absorb each other's energy. However, Raven's ability to survive and fight as just her soul meant that most of Jean's offensive arsenal could not end the fight.
The Phoenix Force
Nope.
could have attempted to possess Raven's soul, but Raven has tethered her essence to other similarly powerful beings and absorbed them in the past.
And while
Yep.
the fire has shown to burn souls, Raven's has regenerated from complete disintegration.
Ooh.
On the flip side,
Oh.
Jean actually had very little
I
defense
didn't
against
know
Raven's
that.
soul manipulation. The Phoenix could regenerate Jean's body, but not her spirit.
When Rachel Gray's soul was shattered, the Phoenix was actually incapable of healing it on its own.
Nope.
Yes,
itself will be reborn in the White Hot Room. This can take
but not the host.
centuries.
Yes, it's not instantaneous.
Yep. Wait, go back, Ben. I want to read that top right thing. Raven has resisted dimensional displacement and teleported out of infinitely transcendent realms. It is unlikely she could be forced into or trapped within the White Hot Room.
Yeah. Which I thought that was my reasoning for why I almost went with Phoenix, but as soon as I saw that the White Hot Room wasn't as hyped up as it was, I changed it to Raven.
Will the Phoenix rise again, returning from that far, far shore? Quoth the Raven,
nevermore.
You know
that's
what?
pretty good.
Winner
what?
Good fun.
is Deja Farmiga.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
oh my god. Yes. That's a 9 out of 10.
Let's see who's next.
Yeah, that's
Let's see
going to
who's
be
next.
it's time for our death battle.
Wait,
All
who's
right,
next?
here.
Who's
All right, I
next?
was already spoiled on who's battling next, but
Same.
Everyone
I'm
quiet,
not
everyone
saying
quiet,
anything.
everyone watch.
Who's next?
Moment of
Oh,
silence. Moment of silence.
How's in the video?
So don't miss out.
next time, Guts versus
Guts is back.
wait.
Dimitri.
What? Okay.
What?
By the
Against
way,
a Fire Emblem
Guts
character?
is-
Okay.
yeah, this is actually the first Fire Emblem death battle that's been done, and
but against Guts?
yeah,
Guts is
Guts is
alive.
not winning this one. There is no amount of cap that could save Guts from this death battle. Dimitri is on a far higher level than Guts. Even if we're discounting the cosmology introduced in Fire Emblem Heroes, Guts is not winning.
If they
I have heard.
They could just pick the three
And
houses.
that's not even getting into Dimitri's special weapon.
Okay,
and that's
I've
unique
heard.
to him.
Okay, I have heard how OP the Fire Emblem universe is, and no,
Guts doesn't even scale to his own universe's cosmology. So what chance does he have?
Here's the thing. That's assuming if they use heroes.
This is a guy with no superpowers.
No, Ben. Even if they don't use heroes, Guts isn't winning.
I know, but that's I do agree.
I don't think so. I think he's got at least a small bit of a chance. You got to remember, this is a guy who's got no huggies. This is a guy who has literally no special abilities, no magic, no bloodline, whatever the fuck. He's just a guy who's angry at the world, who uses a giant fuck off sword that even Cloud would be jealous of. Everyone else is like, oh, let me get my special sword, let me get my tome, let me cast a spell. No, Guts is like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you with this sword.
Hold on, Gizmo. Guts may be a badass, but you're overhyping him, because even if we go back to his original episode 8 years ago, even they had to admit the only reason Guts ever gets out of situations that almost involve his death is because of dumb luck or his pure stubbornness. Nothing he has faced has ever given him invincibility or anything that can even put him to a fraction of what a Fire Emblem character can do.
Yeah, and let's not forget, and here's another thing, Dimitri is literally just as much of an angry boy as Guts and is just as stubborn. So,
about that.
If anything,
Gizmo, I have played his route.
You played Huggies.
I have gone through Dimitri's route, witnessed his character development throughout the Blue Lions campaign.
But is it as fucked up as
what is that?
Obviously not, since it's a romanticized version of medieval.
But what does that have to do with it? Okay,
no, I just wanted to bring up that point. But another point I wanted to bring up was the Berserker armor.
That's not going to do much.
That's not going to help too much.
And if we're going by verse equalization, Dimitri also has the advantage since he wields a lance, while Guts wields a sword.
He's got ranged weaponry, doesn't he?
Guts has throwing knife.
Throwing knives and a crossbow repeater and a metal inside his metal hand.
Yeah, and Dimitri has reacted to things that are faster than that.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Dimitri, if we're scaling to the other lords in Fire Emblem, is literally FTL, while Guts has never dodged anything close to that.
Also, to Gizmo, considering you just went for Phoenix, I don't think Guts is
I
gonna.
mean, can you blame me?
Here's the thing, though. There's a comment. I noticed a common theme. Every time we underestimate a character this season, they end up winning somehow. So I'm not gonna put it past.
No, but here's the thing. Like Raven continuously doesn't want to release her full power, while Jean Grey under the Phoenix always goes ham and on everything and everyone. We almost never know what Raven's full potential is up until this episode.
But here's the other thing too. Guts
and Beast Boy is a lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing too. At the end of the day, Guts is still human. He still has limits. It's not like he doesn't have limits or he's invincible. Hell, even the Berserker armor, which everybody would say that, oh, that's gonna be his only way to keep up with Dimitri. Even that's not going to amount to anything because the Berserker armor is best used as a last resort, and its main purpose is just to keep the person fighting until they have no blood left in them. And
I don't know about this matchup. I see the idea, but I don't know.
Could have just gone with Siegfried.
Well, another thing we got also since we're like gonna go on well, not a tangent, but since it's been mentioned that they're probably going to leave out Fire Emblem Heroes, we could bring up the fact that there might be some other stuff that Berserk has been involved.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. There might be. Well, like, look, there's been stuff that they mentioned that we didn't know about Raven. But here's
the difference.
We don't know if there's something that's maybe.
No. Here is the difference.
And here's what she goes home to.
Raven, hold on. Ravens, when they mentioned doing this fight like 5-6 years ago, at the time, Raven would have been fucked. But over the years, DC Comics has continuously buffed most of their characters. Berserk has had no such luck because Berserk is not. It may exist in a grounded supernatural world, but please don't just assume that Guts has got his own Dragon Ball Super thing going on.
He does
not that. I'm not going to say anything like that. I was just going to say there could have been some like side information, like say like an encyclopedia or something.
I don't think so. No.
Berserk Guts does not even scale to his own versus cosmology.
I'm sure there's some stuff that does make him pretty tough, but I don't think there's anything that can put him on the same level as
because of how anime is. Compare it to how anime and comic books function when it comes to like production. There's always some behind the shit. You put it behind the shit stuff. No, but there's always some behind the scenes stuff that is either left out of the manga because they wanted to save on time and wanted to give a little something for the fans, so let them know what's official or not.
Okay, well, here's the problem. When they did Guts 8 years ago, they pretty much covered everything, damn near everything. So really all they're going to do is just bring that. It's going to be another combatant coming back for a second or third time, unlike Raven, who has had stuff since then. Guts has had not anything. So unless there is something in the Berserk manga or there's a video game where Guts essentially fought a god who could destroy fucking reality or creation itself.
Video games, plural.
Okay, but that's the thing. There isn't. And Guts is, at the end of the day, he's still most likely going to lose this because he's still a guy who just gets lucky.
I can answer this question. There are 2 games for the Dreamcast.
No. There's
Berserk.
one game. No. There's one game for the Dreamcast, one game for the PlayStation 2, one game for current gen consoles,
PS4,
which
Vita,
which was developed by.
Isn't the PS4 ports?
No.
Now, okay, so now let me say here. Looking at these games that I've checked out here, I don't think any of these
feature anything
are going to feature anything like that. The only thing that I think might come into it is if somehow Shin Megami Tensei Liberation DX2 and Lineage W somehow factor into their analysis. I have my doubts that they're going to factor those in because Those appearances are probably not canon.
And
Okay,
another thing, both Guts and Dimitri have appeared in Koei Tecmo games. Guts in the Berserk of the Band of the Hawk, and Dimitri in Fire Emblem Warriors for Three Hopes, which essentially is the sequel to Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
So both of them are literally Dynasty Warrior character levels of bullshit. I'm not kidding about that.
Well,
okay, so
despite everything,
let's talk about this episode. What do we think of Raven versus Phoenix?
I thought it was
good.
The analysis
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go first. When Death Valve does its research good, it does it fucking good, and this is a great example of this. They fucking nailed it here. Like it just so much good shit and stuff I never knew about. Stuff that happened right after the episode. They include in the edit the 16th death of Jean Grey. Fucking goddamn it, Marvel. Yeah. It has some of the funniest jokes, and the animation itself, I don't think it's the best in this series, but it's so fucking good.
I would disagree. I think this is probably the best sprite fight of the season so far.
Absolutely.
Because you can tell they had multiple animators, multiple drawers. The fact that they were able to make Ravens, the fact that they were able to make Ravens sprites look even and move better than a couple years ago, I think that deserves credit.
Yeah, I do agree. I do think it's the best. I meant like overall in the series, but yeah, I think so far this season it is the best sprite fight without a doubt. Just genuinely so solid, especially the ending of the fight, the way she blows it out
that was
like the candle. That went hard. That genuinely went harder than the last sprite. I mean, not the last.
That's probably my favorite. This is probably going to be my favorite Marvel versus DC fight of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. If they do more, assuming if they do more, but yeah, like this is a really good one. A really solid one. Let me get my other tier list and show you where I put that.
I still don't agree with Obito versus Darth Vader as
I agree with it, but the argument was bad.
That's twice now that Vader got the shaft.
I don't think the argument is bad. What are you
Please, we already argued about this last week. I don't want to argue about it again. We're not doing this again. We're talking about Raven versus Phoenix.
put Raven versus Phoenix above Machop versus Goro.
Machamp
versus. This is my personal list. I'm not doing what you say.
I think in between.
Won't do what you tell me.
Put it right in between Obi-Wan versus Machamp.
I will fight you kill your censorship. But yeah, I do think it is pretty high up there. Is it my favorite Marvel versus DC matchup? I can't remember.
I mean, I think it is.
Yeah, Iron Man versus Lex Luthor is still my favorite, but this is very high up there. Very, very high.
Iron Man versus Batman is still my favorite one.
Well,
really, that's a hot take. I mean, I respect it, but yeah, it's a hot take.
It's more we'll hear and take it like this. While Raven and versus Dark Phoenix is like a full, 3-course meal: meatloaf, asparagus, mashed potatoes, gravy, mac and cheese. Batman versus Iron Man is like a whole bunch of fucking candy. Like I don't care if it's, I don't care what I don't care how much of it is bad for me. Like I don't care how much of it is bad for me. It's still good. It's still got.
I think honestly, from what I saw from the cut scenes, it did hurt the fight. Like there's a moment where Batman's powering through the proton blast, and it's fucking awesome. And it's not
him throwing the watchtower. I can't say it's
that was dumb. Like that went against the entire motivation of the fight.
It's funny though. It's funny.
He did Iron Man's job for him.
Yeah, I think it was funny because we just thought. Okay,
why don't we wrap this up and then
Does anyone else have anything to add? Does anyone else have anything
Not
to add?
really. Let's go ahead and wrap
wait,
this up before...
before we end this,
My internet's about to die, Ben. We have to wrap the show up.
Okay, wrap it up. Okay,
Bye.
fine. Bye, everybody.